ready for this?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Donna Sports Show. This is your host, Don Figurelli, along with my engineer, Big John Davida. Johnny, how you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you for a while. You're looking chipper.
Well, I'm doing very good, Don. Thank you very much for asking.
All right. You going to have a good Thanksgiving? You going up to Wisconsin for Thanksgiving, or are you sticking around here?
No, the young lad that lives with me upstairs, Oscar, he and I, every year for the past 10 years, we spend the day together. We go out to a nice restaurant and have a real nice Thanksgiving. So
yeah.
I've been taking care of him, and he's a great kid, and
well, good for you. Yeah,
and we always spend the day together.
Oh, that's great. So you're sticking around here.
Yeah, but Friday morning I'll be heading north.
You Wisconsin guys. Well, that's a beautiful area up there, Johnny. Besides getting calls from Wayne Hockey O'Brien and Mr. Bowling, Jeff Trusco, although we may not hear from Mr. Jeff, I'll tell you why, the poor guy. Well, anyway, here, I'll get back to that. Bodybuilding with Tom Vasilius. Boy, I hope I didn't chop it up too much, Tommy. When you give me a call, I'll get the correct pronunciation. Is he on now? All right, hold on, Tommy. Wait, I'll be right with you, Tom. We got to talk to the Fighting Irishman, Jack Ryan, and we'll talk about our poor Bears, our poor Bulls, college basketball, NASCAR, little golf, Bobby Hull Day in Addison, and the Dukes SAC. All right, hey, Tom, how you doing, Tommy? Tom? Tom, are you there? Hello, Tom. He's there, John?
He's there, yeah.
Yeah, well, I can't, I'm not getting him in on my headset here. Tom, are you there, buddy? Well, can he call back, Johnny, or did he just get disconnected?
No, he's there. He's not by the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, talk to him now.
Hello, Tom. Tom, are you there? Well, let's see, Johnny, it doesn't seem like it, you know. But can he, if he can interrupt me, that's all right if I'm talking. You'll know if he's on, right?
Yeah, I can hear him in the background.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, Tom. Tom, are you there? Tom.
He hung up.
All right, well, call him back, John.
Okay.
And maybe something with the connection there, you know. That's too bad, but he'll get back to us. Let's talk a little bit about. Got an announcement for you, folks. This is kind of a scoop for you out there. By the way, it's November 20. What is it today, Johnny? The 21st, the day before Thanksgiving, 2012, here in beautiful Norridge, Illinois. How's the weather down there in Arizona and Florida with all my good friends down there? The Tangoras in Arizona and the Lorenzos in Arizona. My sister Carm Spino and her daughter Carla are down there near Phoenix in Goodyear, Arizona. We wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And down in Florida, of course, a lot of buddies down there. My buddy Dickie Raybach and Big Byron Maxwell and my nephew Lou Sandro and there are a lot of friends down there. The Tintoris down there and the Bentons, good people. I'm sure I'm missing somebody down there, but we hope you have a good Thanksgiving. Here's a little scoop for you, folks. Keep this in mind now. December 1st, all right? December 1st, it's Bobby Hull Day in Addison, Illinois. You all know Bobby Hull, one of the greatest Blackhawk players of all time. He's going to be in Addison. They're naming a street after him. Well, actually, not naming a street. It's still going to be the same street, Byron Avenue, but underneath it, it's going to be a memorial, not a memorial, but the Bobby Hull Way, let's say, and on the post there, because he lived in Addison for almost 10 years. So we're going to meet at the Village Hall at noon, and a little motorcade to Mavis and Byron Avenue there in Addison, Illinois, and unveil the sign there, Bobby Hull's Boulevard in Addison, Illinois. So all you hockey fans, hockey players, come on out. It's open to the public. Bobby's going to sign some autographs over at the Pyramid Club in Addison on Lake Street after the event. So he'll probably be there around 12:30 or 12:45 and sign autographs, and he'll sign it for free. Bobby wouldn't charge for his autograph like some of these other guys. That's just the way he is. You know, they won the Stanley Cup back in 61 and 60-61 season. Bobby Hull a big part of that. Now, so keep that in mind, okay? December 1st, it's on a Saturday. At Addison, it's Bobby Hull Day, so come on out there. And, well, we got Tom on the line again. Yeah, hello, Tom.
Hi.
Oh, now we got you, buddy. Hey, Tom.
How you doing, Dad?
All right, Tom, pronounce your last name. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it at first, but go ahead and pronounce.
Vice Willis.
What is it?
Vice Willis.
Oh, all right, that's pretty. Here, I can do it for that. Vice Phyllis, right? And then,
yes,
with a V.
Yes.
All right, Tom, listen, your friend Jack Ryan and my friend also, Jack, said if there's anything about, bodybuilding, weightlifting, like that, you know about the guy, right?
Pretty much so, yeah.
Good for you, Tom. Now, a tragic death, about a week ago?
Yes. Sergio Oliva passed an untimely death. He was age 71.
Wow.
And we really lost a legend. He was called a myth for a reason. I mean, there was no bodybuilders that ever, one thigh measured the same as his waist.
Is that right? Oh, yeah. My gosh.
He won the Mr. Olympia. He's the only guy to ever beat Arnold Schwarzenegger in competition.
Is that right?
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
In the Mr. Olympia competition, and he should have beat him on a couple occasions, but I think there's a lot of political stuff going on with that.
Well,
I think when Sergio lost to him in Essen, Germany, all the bodybuilding experts agreed that Sergio was the better man that day. But it being in Essen, Germany, and Arnold being from Austria, I think there was a bit of collusion going on.
Yeah, there could be. You know how that is, Tommy.
But the thing is,
go ahead.
Schwarzenegger had a benefactor.
Oh, is that right?
Joe Weider,
Yeah.
He kind of took care of Arnold when he come over to the States. Where Sergio had to work. He had to work 14, 15 hours a day in a foundry and still train for competition.
Yeah, whereas Arnold didn't have to work.
Right.
He could just train.
He just worked out twice a day at Gold's Gym, and between workout sessions, he laid on the beach and tanned, and he had a nice little income coming in, where Sergio had to work for a living, and he competed mostly for the love of the sport. Mm-hmm. There was really no big money prizes back in them days.
Is there? But wasn't he a policeman, Tom?
Oh, he was a Chicago policeman. He was well loved in the Rogers Park area.
Okay.
And actually, he come over from Cuba. He was a refugee from Cuba. He was an Olympic weightlifter on the team.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And he defected during competitions over in Jamaica. He ran to the American consulate and. He arrived in Miami, and from Miami he migrated to Chicago, and he's been a Chicago resident ever since.
I see. Okay. But when you say
Bob Guida, they were very famous for starting that Duncan YMCA.
Oh yeah, Bob Guida was in on that.
Oh, Bob Guida and Sergio Oliva. The Duncan Y was the place to train for bodybuilders and weightlifters at that time.
On Irving there? Is that the one?
No, that was the one that was on 1515 in West Monroe Street.
Oh.
It's not there no more.
Oh, but it was Duncan. I remember that name. But what was on Irving? No, that was a YMCA,
That was a YMCA where Clyde Emmerich was a very good Olympic lifter in the Chicagoland area, and Clyde Emmerich eventually come on to be the strength coach for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, and there's a rumor going around that he may be inducted into the National Fitness Hall of Fame, Tom.
He should be inducted into the Fitness Hall of Fame. There's no doubt about it, but I also believe Sergio should be posthumously inducted because, we had Arnold Schwarzenegger, we had Lou Ferrigno, we had Bill Pearl, we had Chicago's own Bill Sino.
Yeah.
But the greatest bodybuilder of all of them was Sergio.
Really?
He was the greatest.
Yeah. Well, when you say greatest and when you say, competition, Tom, what do they judge it on? The size of his muscles, the look?
The size of the muscles, it's the symmetry. One body part can't overdo another. Like if a guy's got good arms and bad legs, he don't generally win.
Yeah.
Sergio had the complete package.
Oh, okay. Legs, arms,
great legs,
a
trim waist. He was able to pose and display his body well. And even in the early years, when he was just starting to do bodybuilding competition, it was required by the AAU for them also to have 5 athletic points. And Sergio competed as a Olympic weightlifter in Illinois. At one time, I believe he was a heavyweight weightlifting champion of Illinois.
Really?
They had a competition in Lorain, Illinois, which I believe where he won as a top lifter. But at the time, the AAU was not ready for a black man to win the Mr. America contest. And I really believe when Bob Guida won, not to take against Bob Guida, but Sergio was the better man that day.
Oh, well, shoot, yeah. Well, you don't know that, Tommy, for sure, but...
No, you don't know, but I honestly believe when it comes to bodybuilding and straight bodybuilding, he was the greatest.
Wow, is that right? Well, we'd have to get some pictures of him in his prime, I imagine they're out there somewhere, right?
Absolutely. That's the reason his nickname was the Myth, because most bodybuilders couldn't even believe him. That's how far advanced he was.
Is that right?
But he was genetically perfect, and
yeah. Well, did they ever say what he passed away from?
No, I just caught that on the news myself about 4:30 in the morning. That he had died, and they says, "Wow, so he was only 71."
Yeah, that's too young.
Yeah, I believe his son Sergio Jr. is following in his father's footsteps as a bodybuilder. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. Oh, is that right? Yeah. Here in the Chicago area.
I believe in the Chicagoland area because that's where they're all from.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But it was tragic, But I'm sure he was probably still in pretty good shape. Sergio was,
Well, from what I understand, he reduced quite a bit of body weight because he didn't want to be that big anymore. I think he was down to like 185 pounds or so. But I was sure he was in pretty good health from the last reports I heard, and it really come as a shock to me.
Yeah, it was too. Well, they didn't say. Probably, could have been a heart attack, It
could have been a lot
something
of things.
Well, like I say, I know Clyde Emmerich is getting close to getting in the Hall of Fame. I don't know with Sergio. We'll see with that. We'll have to see what the Hall of Fame. They have certain criteria.
Right.
And but perhaps maybe he can fall into that category.
Yeah. Well, Bill Sino was another great lifter from the area. He actually beat Sergio one year for the most muscular Mr. America contest.
Wow.
But Bill Sino went on to become a great power lifter. He held world records in his weight class.
Yeah, I think
powerlifting, not Olympic lifting, but powerlifting.
Yeah.
I believe at one time he was lifting in the 242-pound class, and he had a bench press of about 570 plus pounds, and at that time that was a world record.
Wow, is that right? Whoa, yeah.
Bill Sino was a teacher from Melrose Park.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. I wonder if his relative was Frank Sino, who played for the Chicago Cardinals.
No, I wouldn't know on that.
Yeah, he might have, because he had a bowling lane too in Melrose there, or Maywood there, Sino Bowl, for years. Yeah. Could have been the same family,
Could have been the same family.
It might have been.
Very well might have been.
Right. Well, Tom, hey, thanks a lot for the information. I really appreciate that.
It was nice talking to you, Don, and I hope to see you at the banquet next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks again, Tom.
God bless, Dan.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. Wow.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. That was Tom Weissvillis, man. He knows a lot about bodybuilding and weightlifting. All right, we're going to take a break. We should be getting a call here in a few moments, and we'll be right back. I'd like you to go over to Addison Advantage of Addison, a car care center, because they have a free inspection for your brakes, your exhaust, your struts, your shaft, ball joints, radiators, water pumps, timing belts, tires, wheel bearing. You realize that there are that many things that would be done on a car?
Hey, it's all called preventive maintenance, right?
That's absolutely right. Yeah, it's absolutely right.
You can't be too safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get in there but if you do need some things, there's a $20 bonus voucher for any service over $250, which that save you $20, and a $5 bonus voucher. I keep saying voucher. $5 off any service over $30. That'd be easy to do. An oil change would be that. You'd get $5 off. They're located at 885 Lake Street in Addison. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6. On Saturday from 8 to 3. Give Dominic or Leon a call at 630-543-1397. All right, that's Auto Advantage of Addison, Car Care Center. Great guys. They have best warranty around and the longest warranty around. Brakes $70 off on a brake job with a 4-wheel lifetime warranty. Can you imagine that? And a 1-year warranty on all labor that they do. All work comes with a warranty. So if you need your oil change, you need transmission, you need flush or front end work, fuel pumps, whatever you could think of on your car, go over to Addison Advantage of Addison at 885 Lake Street in Addison. Call Dominic or Leon, 630-543-1397. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. On the line with me now is Far West Wayne H. O'Brien. The H stands for houses and hockey. He knows a lot about hockey, and he can sell you a house at the same time. Hello, Wayne.
Hi there.
Hi there. How you doing, guy?
Well, this year there's no hockey and only houses.
Yeah, what? Them guys make enough money. Is that what it is? They want more money, or they want, I don't get these professional athletes. Not hockey only, but, baseball, football. To me, they get everything as it is, and yet they want to share in the profits and things like that. I don't know. People struggling just to make things meet. Them guys are multi-millionaires. I sometimes don't agree with the players as much as I love sports.
Yeah, that's true too. But it's management. From what I hear, is the biggest problem in getting together.
Yeah.
I don't think it's where the players want more money.
No. Well, what are the issues then? Do you know?
I think it deals with the owners. From what I've been told, it's the owners want the NHL is charging more, and so they want to make up for it by the wages of the players.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's an increase in I don't think it's an increase what the players want. I think it's they don't want to decrease.
Well, we'd have to get an expert on that to find out what the beef is or what the problem is, but
right.
I'm sure they're not going to reduce their pay. I wouldn't think, right? They're making money. The owners are making money. I would think. It seems like you go to work for someone. You work. How much am I going to get paid? X amount of dollars. Okay, I'll do it. What do I care about behind the scene things? If they're making money or not making money, as long as I'm getting paid, I'm happy. I don't understand. I don't know if those guys get too involved with the operations and they want to make some of the concession money. I don't see where they have a right to do that.
It's really hard to tell what the exact problem is, because if you listen to, I listen to the, what station as far as sports.
Yeah.
Which is every half hour, but they're not saying much about it. I can't find out anything on the internet, so I really can't honestly say what the actual problem is.
Yeah. Well, it'll come out here. They'll settle it, I'm sure. Hopefully shortly, like they do everything else. But all right, let's switch a little gears here, Guy. Our Bears, I know you're a Viking fan, but,
right.
I don't know now with the Bears. Well, I said that from the very beginning. The Bears, I didn't think they were going to be that great, but they got a new wide receiver and a new running back from Oakland, and boy, they're going to be terrific, but their line is still the same, the offensive line. They didn't really add anybody there, and I kind of said, well, yeah, I looked at their schedule, and I said, wait till they start playing some real good teams,
Well,
sure enough.
They did play a very good team the last game, and they are 7-3. So if you look at the whole league, there's a lot of teams that are 6 or 7 wins.
Yeah, right. But they can't lose too many more, because Green Bay's not going to lose too many, I don't think.
Well, like I said, I think Green Bay's going to end up in first, and probably the Bears in second.
Yeah, let's see. This Sunday they're at home against your Vikings, and Adrian Peterson's coming back. He ran for over 100 yards a couple weeks ago, I think, maybe even last week. Although it's at the Soldier Field, that makes a difference for the Bears. It seems like they just play a lot better at home.
Yeah, and you have Hester and a few others that are good too. So it makes a difference between first and second or backup. Quarterback.
Yeah, right. But like I say, they got a chance there to beat the Vikings. But then the next week, the Seahawks come in to Soldier Field. Then Seahawks. But like I say, the Bears usually play good at home, so they possibly could win the next 2 games. Could beat the Vikings. Sorry about that. Then they could beat the Seahawks. But then they got to go up to Minnesota and play the Vikings there now. And the Vikings always play good indoors too, so it could be, they'll win one and lose one against the Vikings. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Like I say, you've only got 3 games difference between first and fourth place.
Yeah, that's not.
And only one difference between the Vikings.
Yeah. I don't know what the Vikings schedule is, but the Bears, if they get by the Vikings and the Seahawks, they only got the Packers left that are really a good team because they play at Arizona, which Arizona isn't that good, and then then they play at Detroit. Of course they're away games, but. It's possible that they could only lose maybe one more game only, which might
have you heard anything about when Cutler's coming back?
Well, no, I haven't, but I would think he should be available this game, He's got to pass a few more tests, and I think they need him back. Well, you're right. If he don't come back, though, forget it. They're not going to win many more games. I don't care who they're playing. They could.
Yeah, it all boils down to Hester and Urlacher.
Yeah, right. Well,
really?
Wade, like I told you before, I got a scoop for you. Let me just repeat it again. Remember I told you about Bobby Hull Day in Addison, Illinois?
December 1st,
Yeah, December 1st, and they're going to name a street after him. Or make it Bobby Hull Memorial Lane or something. I don't know exactly how the wording is yet.
Yeah.
But Bobby's gonna be there at noon, and a little motorcade to the street he lived on. He lived in that house there for 9 years, so a lot.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah, he lived there for 9 years. His boys went to the Lutheran school there, St. Paul Lutheran, and. People would see him all the time around town. And then, of course, then he moved. I'm not sure if he went up to Canada or whatever. I kind of lost track about that. But he was in Addison for 9 years. So the friend of mine, Ron Modis, he's the guy who started. He said, "Why we should have street named after Bobby. He was here for a long time, such a popular guy. I said, yeah, Ron, that sounds good. See what you can do. And sure enough, he wrote to the Blackhawks. And Bobby and Makita, who you like, they're called ambassadors now. They work for the Blackhawks, and they're goodwill ambassadors for the Blackhawks. So that's how that came to be. So this fellow Ron Modus was a big instigator of getting it done. So I hope you and your grandson or your son could make it out there. He's going to sign some autographs. No charge on that. Sometimes these guys charge for autographs, but he's not. He's going to be at the Pyramid Club.
He's one of the few players that always would sign autographs after a game.
Yeah.
I was told, that, and there were others too, but he was known for that.
Yeah. Tell me that story again. Why you like Makita so much? Was there a story behind it, or not?
Well, yeah, a short story in that. When I was watching, first of all, he's a phenomenal player.
Well, right.
The center.
Yeah, and
I think he's the best center that the Blackhawks ever had.
Yeah, and he's not a big guy, right, Wayne? He's maybe 5'8".
No, he's my size.
Yeah.
5 foot. I think he's 5'6" and probably weighs a little more than I do because he got a lot more muscles. But yeah, he's just a phenomenal player for. Not being, 6'2" or something.
200 pounds. Yeah, go ahead. What was the reason now again? Go ahead. Why
well, because how successful he was, plus he's my size,
okay, I see. Basically. Yeah, so you associate it with that. Well, someday you'll bump into him. Like I say, he lives around Chicago, and with that, he may even be there Saturday. I don't know for sure, being an ambassador, those guys they like appear together sometime, a lot they do, at different events. So I haven't found out if he's going to be, if Makita is going to be there exactly, but as soon as I find out, I'll let you know.
Right. I've met 4 or 5 Hawks of the past, but I've never met him.
Oh, well, like I say, maybe Saturday you will,
Or Hall.
Yeah. Right. All right. Well, hey, the real estate market's coming back, I understand.
A little bit, yeah. It's a little better now. People are looking at houses and.
Yeah. People looking around again. Well, it all depends on the mortgages too. If they can get a mortgage, right? That has to ease up a little bit as far as the restrictions on it.
Yeah, I think they are. Going by the customers I've talked to.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, though, what happened was people just got greedy, and these mortgage companies were crazy, lending money to anybody. I can remember I was cautious. I said, well, wait a minute. If I buy my house, I got to come up with X amount of dollars a month. So I figured, well, okay, I could maybe make that as long, but if I lost my job, well, I could still handle. You know what I mean? But some of those people they went way over. How could you afford a $400,000 mortgage?
Yeah, that all comes back to the Congress in 2006 and 2007. They were the ones that forced the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and to give loans to people. It's like getting a brand new car.
Yeah.
You can't afford it.
Yeah, right. That's right. But
a lot of people are going to take it.
Yeah, sure. They don't care. Oh, I can get a brand new car. Yeah, but wait a minute, buddy. You got to pay for it. Oh, I do? All right, Wade. I'll see you Saturday, okay?
Okay, well, hopefully I can make it, yeah.
All right, thanks, Wayne. We'll see you now.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Hey, bye-bye now. All right, folks, hey, we're here at the John DeVitas Broadcast Center on the northwest side of Chicago. We're in Norridge, Illinois, but we're not far from Chicago. Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network, www.windycityhometown.com, and call Johnny at 708-453-5114. and also Ridgewood High School. Right, Johnny? They play the show, huh? And Kevin over there, thank you, Kevin, for that. Let's see, it's Jack, J-A-C-K FM 89.7, WRHS Norridge, and Smooth FM. Wow, Smooth FM 88.1. WRWX, and that's Harwood Heights, Illinois. All right, Johnny, we'll take a fast break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. This is Don Figueroa of Don Sports talking about Wayne Houses Real Estate Needs. Call Wayne Houses O'Brien. Yes, the H stands for houses. At 630-235-5880 or visit his website at flyingrealtor@yahoo.com. That's right. He's a pilot. He'll take a picture of your home from the sky. Whether you're buying or selling, call Wayne at 630-235-5880. He has residential, commercial, and investment properties. He is honest, hardworking, and friendly. Those are all the traits you want in a realtor. He loves hockey and he loves to fly. Again, call Wayne Houses O'Brien at 630-235-5880 or visit him on his website at flyingrealtor@yahoo.com. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Ralph Venturini from Ozzy's, the world's best subs, at Wolf and Grand in Melrose Park. Hi, Ralph. Ralph, tell the folks a little bit about the history of Ozzy's.
Well, I'll tell you what. It started in 1971. It was a little grocery store, and my father decided that it came up for sale, and he decided that he would take advantage and go ahead and buy this little business and take a whirl at it. Mm-hmm. And it was just a tiny little 800 square foot space, and him and my mom ran it, and they learned it. And
all right, give me the ingredients of your great Italian subs.
Well, I'll tell you, the Italian has 3 kinds of meat. We put provolone cheese on it, Italian dressing, lettuce and tomatoes, and if you like, you can add pickles, onions, and peppers, and let me tell you, this sandwich is excellent.
Come on, folks, get out to Ozzy's at Wolf and Grand. Open 24 hours. Give them a call at 847-455-0845.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Don Sports here. Don Figueroa. Got a call from Wayne Houses O'Brien. And now on the line with me is Jeff NASCAR. Jeff. Hello, Jeff.
Well, first off, happy Thanksgiving to everybody and you yourself and your wife.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. Are you sticking around town for Thanksgiving, going over to Grandma's house?
I've got everybody coming up to my place, so...
Oh, Mama's got to cook, huh?
Yeah, well, she's been cooking for a week and a half, so there you go.
Yeah, well, that's a good time, you know. Let's hope the weather is all right. And naturally, there's got to be a NASCAR race on TV, I'm sure, from somewhere, right?
It's done.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Stick a fork in it and call it the season.
Yeah. And let me ask you something, though. You know, I was a little surprised at this, Jeff. Wazlowski that won the kid?
Brad Keselowski.
Yeah.
He got the number 2 Blue Deuce and finally up there and got the Sprint Cup trophy and all the things that go with it. And that's Roger Penske, and I don't know if you know who Roger Penske is, but
well, yeah, he's got a lot of money.
He's into a lot of the. Well, it's between him and Chip Ganassi in the Indy cars. They're the 2 top number 1 and number 2 guys, and now he finally, out of all the years of being in NASCAR, it's the first time he's won the Cup. So, which is, I congratulate him and Brad for what they did. It was a good show. Would have liked to have seen it finish on a little bit of a different note, but. It was between him and Jimmy.
Yeah.
And Jimmy blew a transmission, so there you go.
They
both screwed up. It would have been tight if they both would have been battling for it. It would have been tight. So.
Yeah. I was a little surprised that they were they were interviewing Keselowski, right? And here he is with a pitcher of beer.
Oh, it's a pretty good sized pitcher, if you ask me.
Did you see the size? He goes, well, I'm feeling pretty good here. Had a few. I don't think he said I had a few beers. I don't know what, but you could tell he had been drinking. And, and it's allowed. I mean, the sponsor for his car is Miller, so okay.
He got a big plug, so.
Yeah, right. So, but he seemed like a nice kid,
Well, I'll just say this: outside of Rusty Wallace, and I'm a big fan of Rusty. Brad is probably the best suit for that car. It wasn't Kurt Busch. It wasn't anybody else they were going to stick in there. I think this guy's methodical, and you're looking at the next Jimmy Johnson. I think.
Really?
I think he's very well. You see how his attitude is, okay? Just from the way he does things.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't like him because he's like that. Now, there's a lot of people that don't like him just because he's not that quite as clean cut as Jimmy Johnson is. But he very analytical in what he does, and he doesn't get all over his team, which, by the way, helped him get there. So it's just, like you said, it's a teamwork effort. It isn't just the driver, and there's a lot of stuff that's going involved. Next year, there's a whole slew of things that'll be changing for the 2013 Cup season, and one is which they're going to be getting the new cars. They're gonna have all kinds of driver switches, like, for instance, Matt Kenseth is going over to where Joey Logano's spot. He'll be driving the number 20 Home Depot Toyota, and then on top of that, you'll have Joey going over to where Matt was. So you're going to have all these different kinds of things going, and it's going to be quite interesting. And the new cars that they're bringing out will make a big difference. So it might be even a tighter game.
Really? Well, it's not just driving because, right, the races are so long that they have to do pit stops whatever, right? So that's the reason where that comes into play. The pit crew, how long it takes them to change the tire and whatever, right? And it's not just...
There's a lot of strategy involved in long races, and this is where the pit crews really play their guessing game, or who's smarter than who, is that, on long races, it isn't go, put your foot to the floor and go as fast as you can throughout 500 miles. It's more like tuning your car up to get the maximum out of it, and a little bit of fuel saving until you get to the last quarter of maybe the third of the race, which is probably 50 miles or, 80 miles into it, 80 laps. And the reason being is because not everybody's on fuel injection, so not everybody knows, this is the first year they've used that, so this is a new experiment. And the second thing is, in general, that there's still, depending on the weather, depending on, a lot of things play into the factor, and there's no gas gauges in there, so you're kind of flying blind, but...
Yeah. Well, I would imagine, being in the car driving, and everything's computerized, they must tell the driver, hey, you only got 2 more gallons, you got to come in, or so. Or does he make that? Does he have a gas gauge in the car? No,
they basically communicate. They're telling them, and they're making it's all. And this is old fashioned. I always laugh at this because I think my opinion is I think they ought to put gauges in there a little bit. It might take the fun out of it, but here's the deal. When they empty the gas cans into the back of the car, all right, they take the measurements. They know before they go and dump it in there how much gas that you're going to put in afterwards. And there's like that little catch can. They measure how much is left over, if any. And that's how. And then they figure it out gallon wise, and what they think, and this is where the long runs come in because they can pretty much judge how much gas they're using for how many miles.
Yeah.
And that's how they do it. It's a mathematical equation, but it's not rocket science. Now, it's a little bit different than Indy cars or Formula One. And the other one I wanted to mention too, real quick, was they had the first ever F1 Grand Prix in Austin, Texas, this last weekend too. So that's a new up and coming thing. And supposedly you're going to have another track over in New Jersey, across not too far away. So it's going to be an interesting year next year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get in every aspect of racing. I mean, it was a good year for everybody, including the Nationwide Series, which is the level below the Cup. That was a real tight one, too, and that ended up being, all the way to the end. And the same thing with the truck races. And Danica did really good. She got the most popular driver, although I think there's a lot of new youngins that are up and coming, and that we'll see. It's just there's lack of sponsorship. That's the problem. So there might be less. Well, there might be a few more cars leaving the situation next year than there was before. So we'll see.
Yeah. Speaking of pit crews, I see there was a little on TV the other night. A little gal, good-looking gal. She got hired by one of the pit crews to work on in the pits. And she's a perky little thing. And they were saying, well, they didn't know how long that's going to last if she could. But she's in good shape. It showed her working out with weights and stuff, And then she was right in there though, changing the tires real quick. It was pretty. You'll be seeing that. I don't know. Her name. I didn't get her name at the moment, But she's going to be on one of those pit crews. I don't know what car, but you're going to see the little gals coming in to work in the pit crews. The guys.
It's boot camp. And if I always tell people, if you ever get a chance to see some races, go to Lowe's Motor Speedway, which is now it's Charlotte Motor Speedway. But if you go to North Carolina, that's where basically most of these guys are based.
Yeah.
You can go and watch them at their shops practicing.
Is that right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can even see them if you go to any track around that they have the race going on. They practice a lot.
Yeah,
and
I'll
it's
bet.
not. And some of these guys that it's like myself. If I wanted to get hired on, I'd go take and basically go through their training. And if I pass the muster, they try me out, and they'll try me out slow with some different things, and they'll see where I best fit. But they're not going to put me on a Nextel Cup car or Sprint Cup car until after I've passed a certain amount of tests. And if she's gone that far, she's pretty darn good.
Yeah, she must.
Trust me, it's not easy.
Yeah. Hey, I know what I was. Jeff, approximately how many miles to the gallon does a racing car get? I mean, average passenger car 17, 18 miles to the gallon. What a racing car is what? How many miles
probably
per gallon?
5 to 7. I don't know, somewhere around there.
How much? How many?
Probably 5 to 7.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not very much because you're looking at a lot more high-powered fuel too.
Right. Yeah, and they're going like 200 miles an hour.
Octane or something. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But
going 200.
No, they don't get that good a gas mileage. No, you wouldn't want to drive one every day. No.
No, I just was curious. I thought maybe it was. I didn't realize it was 5 or 6 miles. I thought it was even less than that. But it's got to be something like that.
It depends on the tracks. I mean, everything's different. That's why they have that whole idea of figuring things out. I mean,
the computer.
Like Daytona, it's going to be at the lower end because it's just you're basically all the way to the floor with the gas pedal, and you also have the restrictor plate between the manifold and the carburetor that keeps you from getting the maximum amount of speed out of the combustion and all that kind of stuff without getting technical. But it keeps the car kind of governed to the point where they aren't going over 200 or 300, 250 miles an hour because they would be.
Yeah. Jeff, wait, hold on just a second now. I got a couple things for you, and then I got to let you go. December 1st now is Hockey Day, Bobby Hull Day in Addison, Illinois. If you know some hockey guys, do me a favor and mention that to them, okay? They're going to name a street after Bobby Hull in Addison, Illinois. He lived there for 9 years. So
I know Bobby Hull.
Okay, well, he's going to be there, sign autographs at the Pyramid Club, all right? And after about 2 or 3 o'clock, he's going to sign autographs for free. And keep that in mind. Bobby Hull Day in Addison, December 1st, which is a Saturday, okay? And then the other thing, which will start later on, maybe in February, Jeff, maybe I can meet you at one of these places, in Elmhurst, Freddie Lorenzen tribute, or not a tribute, Freddie Lorenzen they're going to have something in the museum there. You know, they're dedicating.
Lorenzo, yeah, he used to race stock cars back in the day.
He was one of the, way back. If he was doing it today, he'd be making.
He used to race against Red Farmer and a bunch of other guys.
Yeah, Tiger Tom Pistone and those guys.
Yeah.
All right, hey Jeff, thanks an awful lot for the call, and get into the studio here, will you, and sit down with us?
We'll love to do it. The off season is a good time to talk about how the cars work, and I'm also going to be talking about cars just in general, how different things hook up to your house, because a lot of people, I guess, are having problems with the new fancy hybrids where you go to plug them in your house and you can't because you have to rewire half of it.
No. All right, Jeff. Thanks an awful lot, buddy. And,
happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Same to your family. Bye, Jeff. All right, we'll take a fast break and get some more phone calls.
Hey, folks, if you get a chance, get over to J.D. Muggs Bar and Grill, located at 4th Addison Road in Addison, Illinois. 33 different kinds of beer. Can you imagine that? It's the home of the He-Man burger, and baby, that is a He-Man burger. Wait till you see the size of that burger. Chicken Caesar salad, which is one of my favorites. It's a friendly atmosphere. There's karaoke on Wednesday night and a great DJ on Fridays. Call Dean at 630-833-2570.
My name's Tom Sims. I'm the owner of Foxbowl. We are Foxbowl Training Center and Pro Shop. We set ourselves apart because we emphasize instructions. We have a full-time bowling instructor, Greg Zika. We have instant replay, videotape each bowler. Another program that we have is our Youth Bowling, USA Bowling. It's an 8-week program, after school type of thing. It's 8 weeks for $88 with instructions, and every child gets a free bowling ball, a $75 value. And thank you from Foxbowl.
Y'all ready for this?
Welcome back. On the line with me now is Jack Red, Irish Notre Dame Ryan. Hello, Jack.
How you doing?
Oh, good. A good show so far, Jack. Tom Weissvillis called us, told us, filled us in about Sergio Olivo, and what a bodybuilder he was, you know.
Well, he was a tremendous athlete too. He was a mid-heavy lifter. That's 198-pound class.
Oh yeah, okay.
And he could. So he was very good at that, but he was even better at the physique side of it. So
yeah, and Tom didn't know cause of death. No, I guess no one knows yet. You know, but he said he beat Arnold Schwarzenegger in a Mr. Olympia contest.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah.
Yeah, and boy, according to Tom, he he was the best, most. I asked him, well, why? How do you tell one guy from another? He said, well, it's like symmetry. The guy
symmetry
can't.
And right.
Yeah, you can't have
muscular development, definition.
Yeah.
And like the AAU would always give athletic points too.
Mm-hmm.
And of course he had those.
Yeah. Yeah, and all those different things add up. What did he say? His waist size was the same size as his thighs, something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Your waist probably had a 32-inch waist, and 32-inch thighs. Wow.
According to some scientists, there could be no such thing as a person would have a tremendous chest, shoulder size in the waist, by comparison, like a wasp.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, we got to work on that to try to get close to that, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
I did get yesterday. I got on the internet, on the email. I got, but the wake and the funeral were already done as of yesterday morning.
Oh, is that right?
But there is going to be, if anybody's interested, memorial mass for Sergio on December 5th.
Wow.
That's December 5th next week, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
At 5 in the afternoon.
Okay.
At St. Gertrude Catholic Church, which is at 1420 West Granville Avenue in Chicago. So
1420 West.
If anyone out there's interested, Tom and I are going to go. I think so.
Oh, okay. 1420 West.
Anyway.
West Granville, right?
Yeah, Granville.
Yeah. So. December 5th, 5 p.m. You say?
Pardon me?
5. What time did you say to wake
up? 5 p.m.
Oh, okay. At St. Gertrude.
You were in the Army, weren't you?
Huh?
Were you in the Army?
Yeah.
That's 1,700 hours, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
yeah.
Did you hear the good news about Notre Dame being number one by any chance?
Wow, well, I was so excited, Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad for that. This school, But you know what, Jack? There's so many love-hate relationships. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You mentioned the other day I was with a couple of buddies and. Hey, you see that Notre Dame number one? The guy goes, I hate Notre Dame. Well,
yeah, why,
How did that start? Why would, geez, a small school, right?
Sure. I know a number of years ago, and this has got to be maybe even 30 years ago now, there was a poll, like a national poll in the papers.
Yeah.
And the fans were supposed to vote for who was the most beloved college football team, their favorite, and their the most hated. And Notre Dame won the favorite. And Notre Dame won the hated. So very few people have no opinion at all there. So
yeah, I don't know, but maybe it probably because they were winning. Well, but people like a winner, don't they? I mean, back in the 40s and 50s, man,
sure.
you couldn't beat Notre Dame unless unless maybe their school got beat by Notre Dame, and
right,
that's
exactly.
why they say, well. Yeah, that's why they don't like them,
Yeah. Well, at one time there may have been some anti-Catholicism involved too. Who knows,
Well, that could, yeah. Well, you hope that isn't it, but
no, but you hope it.
But that could
true,
be
unless,
Yeah, and it's like the Yankees too, right? A lot of people hate the Yankees,
right?
And a lot of them love the Yankees,
yeah, no in between there either, is there?
Yeah, right. There is a.
They said someone once said that. Rooting for the Yankees is like rooting for U.S. Steel.
Is that right? Well, let's hope USC. That's like I told you, Jack, before. It would be just like USC to beat them,
Sure. They're all out there. Every team that plays them is basically maybe their biggest game of the year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they don't care.
Makes Notre Dame all the better in a way too, because they've got to be up for it.
Yeah, they got to be up for every single game, And which I think, USC, their quarterback, their number one was hurt, So that was a guy named Barkley,
And so they lost last week to UCLA. Right?
Yeah, right. So let's hope.
So that's going to make them mad as a hornet's nest or something like that.
Well, yeah, but you still got to play the game, You still got to play.
I see. We looked this morning in the paper. In Vegas has installed Notre Dame as a 7-point favorite.
Oh, is that right? Well,
So we don't, I'm not big on those things myself.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Charlie is. He could tell you everything about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they would be undefeated. They got to be considered the favorite.
Yeah, I presume it'll be at the Coliseum, right there.
Huh?
The L.A. Coliseum.
Yeah,
probably?
yeah. I think that's where it's at. Let's hope it's a pretty nice day, no rain or anything like that,
Yeah.
Because
it never rains in California, does it?
Well, yeah, that's true. It doesn't rain.
One more, not to get off the Notre Dame subject, there's one big game this weekend, too, Ohio and Michigan. And that's talk about a rivalry. In Ohio, that we mentioned Michigan by name.
Yeah.
They call it that school up north.
Yeah.
That goes back a long ways too. So
I got mixed emotions on that game because let me tell you why, Jack. First of all, I don't like Michigan. Okay, number one. All right, and now, but Ohio State is undefeated, although they're on probation, but still they're undefeated. Could they be named Could they be named a national champion? Even though they're on probation?
No, I don't think so. No.
Oh, good. That's why
think so, no.
I can't believe I'm
Ohio State. I said Ohio. It's Ohio State, folks. Sorry.
Yeah.
Any Ohio State fans out there?
Yeah, right. That's why I'm kind of pulling for Michigan to beat them, but I don't normally pull for Michigan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in this game, to keep Notre Dame number one, I'm kind of pulling for Michigan to beat Ohio State.
When you get a rating like Notre Dame has. Basically, they're going to lose it themselves. They have to beat themselves now out of it. Am I right?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Unless there's some real discrepancy and a really lopsided score for Ohio State or Michigan, and then Notre Dame barely squeaks by or loses, whatever.
Yeah, but let's hope Ohio State loses and Notre Dame wins.
Yes, well, definitely.
Well, what about our Bears? But you know what, Jack? At the beginning of the season, I didn't think the Bears were that good anyway. I mean, everybody...
They're already outperforming what we're expecting, so...
Yeah. I mean, they say, they got a new wide receiver, they got a couple... Yeah. But they still have the same old line, right? The same guys there.
Yeah, that could be the problem, getting them together now. But, well, they're 7-3 now, and so is Green Bay, tied for the division lead, and they've got as good a chance as anyone. The last two games, they had lost their starting quarterback, and that's got to make a difference even on both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
because if your offense is performing better, your defense gets a little more of a rest, and they've been tremendous.
Yeah,
as we know.
Right, but you can't always count on the defense to win a game for you. You know.
No, I understand that.
Yeah, you got to have a little balance there.
Right. The other guys got to contribute, and they would, and they will.
Yeah, I mean, if Cutler comes back, like I said, they may have a chance to finish first in the division because their last two games aren't too hard, I don't think. I mean, who knows, though, with the but they're at Arizona and at Detroit.
And then Green Bay.
And then, Green Bay...
comes in.
Yeah, they come in. So that's why I say, they always play kind of good at home, at Soldier Field. So they could upset the Packers there. And then beat Arizona and beat Detroit.
Boy, the other kid was out, too, the new defensive end. What's his name?
Yeah.
He was out with a concussion, so they didn't have his services.
Yeah, McClellan, is it? McClellan?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice little Irish.
One of those Irish names, I can't remember those.
A nice little Irish boy. And the Bulls, that's another thing, too, the Bulls. I said, wait till they play some good teams. And sure enough now, they lost 2 games because they're playing better teams,
Right.
And they don't have Rose, which is a big difference, And they got their bench. They changed their bench completely, and they were pretty good last year, the guys on the bench for the Bulls. But they traded them. It's entirely different. So unless they get Rose back, it's going to be a pretty long season, I think, for the Bulls, I hate to say that, but they're not that. You could see it the other night. They lost to the Trailblazers, and but I hope they can put it together.
Just one more I got to mention.
Yeah.
My team, St. Rita, they played Brother Rice for the Catholic League title, and they started off strong as usual. And even the first play from scrimmage they had, it was like about a 60-yard touchdown run for them. And if the game lasted 3 quarters, we'd be okay. But Brother Rice wound up pulling out, and so that's it for the year.
Yeah,
Brother Rice plays Simeon the Friday after Thanksgiving. This Friday.
Yeah,
at Soldier Field for the Prep Bowl title. So.
Yeah, let's hope. We'll pull for Brother Rice on that one, I think.
Yeah.
All right, Jack. Hey, thanks an awful lot. Have a good Thanksgiving, guys.
Take care.
And
I'll talk to you later.
We'll keep in touch. All right, folks. We'll be right back. Well, all right, Johnny.
Hi everybody, the Donna Sports here. Hey you guys, it's time to get out and golf. The DuPage County Forest Preserve courses are open. Maple Meadows at 272 Addison Road in Woodgale. It's a links type course that is in great shape and no trees to hit. That's what a links type course is, not many trees. Oak Meadows at 900 North Wooddale Road in Addison is a traditional course with trees, beautiful flowers, and not many sand traps. And the price is reasonable. And get this, it has the longest bar in DuPage County for the 19th hole. And Green Meadows on 63rd and Westmont, a shorter course that is in great shape also. All of these courses are waiting for you at reasonable prices.
Primerica is one of the largest financial services marketing organizations in the nation, with approximately 95,000 licensed independent representatives. Primerica is an industry leader in financial services. I'm Mike Figarelli, an independent representative and senior vice president in the Bensonville area, and the company's goal is to help ordinary families prepare for their financial futures. We've shown many local families how to do just that, and we are prepared to grow locally by providing people with financial solutions as well as a great business opportunity. As an independent representative with Primerica, you can build a business of your own, part-time or full-time. To learn more about the Primerica business opportunity, call me, Mike Figarelli, at 630-860-0033. Again, that's 630-860-0033.
ready for this?
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Donna Sports here. Don Figueroa. I want to thank Wayne Houses O'Brien for calling in, Tom Weisvillas for calling in, Jack Ryan for calling in, Jeff, NASCAR Jeff, and on a little bit of a sad note, who normally calls us, Jeff Trusco, our bowling guru and my partner on the bowling team. The poor guy had a house fire last night, and a little malfunction of the generator, or not a the generator transformer, and got into his house and caused all kinds of smoke damage and water damage, and we're and poor Jeff, the house is almost destroyed. So, geez, our sympathies go out to him, Jeff Trusco. We hope, he'll pull out of it. You got insurance involved there, but still in all, even with insurance, you lose your pictures, you lose all your mementos. And the poor guy called me this morning, and I just said, Jeff, I wish I could help you out, but he said, yeah, Don, but I said, well, insurance will puff. Yeah, but you lose your personal things, pictures and things like that. So our hearts go out to Jeff Trusco and his family. And a couple of things, keep in mind, folks, tribute to Fred Lorenzen, but that won't start, I think, until like January or February in Elmhurst, Illinois. I'll have more information on that. Fred Lorenzen was a great race car driver, and he went to school with my brother-in-law, Tom Hodge, and he knew Freddie, and that's why Tom's a big fan of racing, because it started with Freddie Lorenzen, and at that time, way back in the 50s, there wasn't that much money in racing, and Freddie won a lot of races, though. If he was in today's economy, he'd be a millionaire. But he was one of the best drivers of all time in NASCAR. I believe they're gonna, maybe induct him. I'm not sure on that, but I'll let you know. So keep that in mind. I'll have more information on Freddie Lorenzen, NASCAR driver, race car driver, and then Bobby Hull Day in Addison, of course. Like I told you, December 1st. Get over there. It's going to be a wonderful day of tribute to Bobby Hull. They're going to name a street after him. He lived on Byron Avenue for 9 years in Addison, and I see him a few times, in a store or whatever, a grocery store, and he'd wave to you. He's always had a good smile and sign autographs. He's going to sign some autographs at the Pyramid Club. So if you get a chance, come out to Addison on December 1st, 12 noon at the Village Hall there. That's where it's going to start. Drive over to Mavis Avenue and unveil the sign there, Bobby Hull Drive, and that's going to be a fun day. The other thing is this is coming up also in springtime, the Addison Cup. You remember the Ryder Cup? Well, we're going to have the Addison Cup, just like the Ryder Cup. 4 guys are going to be competing to win a beautiful cup in Addison, and I'll have more information. That won't be till sometime in May. And then, of course, I'm working on the Dukes SAC. SAC stands for Social Athletic Club. We had a 16-inch softball team that was pretty good. We won the Elmwood Park Championships, and we still get together. So putting together a book on the Dukes, and we're going to make a play out of it. So, but I'll have more information for you on that. The Bears, of course, play the Vikings this Sunday, and again, inexperienced quarterbacks. When you lose your first-string guy, especially in that game, it's so important. It's different if maybe it's a tackle or a guard, which, they're important, but not like the quarterback who handles the ball on every play. I'm just gonna read this little paragraph to you that was in the Daily Herald by Bob Laguerre. Week 12, Vikings, November 25th, noon. He wrote this, at the beginning of the season. The Bears have won 10 of their last 11 at home against the Vikings. So again, that's why I say the Bears will probably will. A slam dunk pick to finish in the NFC North cellar, the Vikings. But actually, the Vikings aren't bad this year. They're 6-4. Coach Leslie Frazier, a former Bears cornerback, still has work to do in resurrecting a team that plummeted to only 3 wins last season. But they've already got 6 wins this year. So if Adrian Peterson comes back 100%, they can compete. And the result is the Bears win. You know, he's predicting this. And their record at this point could be 6-5. But Bob is off on that. Their record is 7-3. So they won 3 games in there that Laguerre didn't think they were going to win. So, you know, there's some hope if Cutler comes back, but that's a big if. You know, when you got that concussion, you got to take care of your brains. You know, you don't want to jeopardize yourself there for the rest of your career. All right, hey folks, thanks an awful lot. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Johnny. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Have some turkey and watch some football games, and we'll talk to you in 2 or 3 weeks. Take care now. Bye-bye now.
Y'all ready for this?